Welcome to Thinking Outside the Soil with your host, Johnny Alfalfaseed, where we get to talk story and touch on topics about hydroponics and the farmers who grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. Good morning, and hello from Blooming Health Farms. And thank you for being with me on this beautiful morning. I got the pleasure of getting some free baby chicks from a local primary school yesterday, so I would like to say thank you to those out there that made that happen. You know, when I first decided to go down the path of becoming a farmer, I never expected me to end up becoming a chicken farmer and helping others learn how to raise egg-laying chickens themselves. However, while going out and telling people about my hydroponic sprouts and this book that I love, I have run into individuals that support our business and my path in ways that, again, I said I could never, ever expect. I went to a local feed store a few months ago and started asking them some questions about chickens. So years ago, when I first got into chickens, I got my first chicks from a local feed store here in Greeley called J&T Feeds. They have been a cornerstone in our community for almost 20 years now, a little over 20 years, I believe. They just celebrated their 20th birthday recently, and I knew that they were someone that I had to learn from if I wanted to become a better chicken farmer. So when we got into the hatching and rental programs, I went around to prospect and tell other proprietors that we were doing these new programs. So I naturally went over to the local feed stores where other people are getting chickens and chicken supplies and started to ask the questions and tell them about what it is we are trying to do. So I went over to J&T Feeds a few months ago and said who I was and asked them if they were still doing baby chicks. And their first response was, well, no, but we are doing some special orders from time to time, but it's not something that we really get into. However, we still do feed and have quite a bit of supplies for those that want to do chickens. I asked a few more questions, and the young kid working at the front desk soon recognized that he should go and grab the owner. So very shortly afterwards, a lady came out, and I got to meet Terry, who has started up J&T Feeds and has been running the show for these past 20 years. I introduced myself and told her about Blooming Health Farms, and she immediately took to what we're doing and started to tell me about others in the community that were doing similar things or people that I could possibly partner with. She also started to tell me that she was in FFA and had a good relationship with a gentleman who was able to get fertile eggs, and they did a hatching program for the local school. Well, that was a perfect segue into telling her that I was also interested in doing a hatching program. And the look on her face told me that I was getting into the right thing. It was just this look of relief. And soon after, she said, "Oh, that is amazing. I've been doing that for a long time, and I don't really want to take the baby chicks after these people are done hatching them anymore. So why don't you start taking them?" And I looked at her and I said, yeah, that's actually kind of the plan. I started this hatching program in an effort to help others out there learn how to do chickens, as well as an opportunity to also grow our business. So I mentioned in a few other episodes about some of these things that we're getting into, and the hatching program for us is going to be, I believe, a keystone of our chicken growth. And so we are really leaning into that aspect of the business at this time. What came out of that conversation was this excitement that now Terry could refer all of these other individuals that she has worked with currently, or that she has worked with in the past or is working with currently, and can now give them my contact information. So I soon after started getting calls about what to do with the baby chicks when they're done. So I now have a queue of baby chicks due to arrive here at Blooming Health Farms in a couple different capacities. We have the chicks that will come back from our own Hatch the Chicken program. And now we have another outlet, or another avenue, if you will, of chicks coming to this farm from Terry at J&T Feed. So yesterday I arrived at a little primary school and we wrangled up 25 little chicks, and I put them in their little boxes to bring them back here to Blooming Health Farms. And so they're currently in a quarantine cage for a little bit, and then they will get moved out to the other little juveniles once they get their full feathers. So I expect that in another few weeks they should go outside. So we are extremely grateful for these new opportunities that have been presented to us because of our willingness to jump into something that we didn't know we were going to do, though we saw how much success we have had with hydroponics. We now have a niche that is beneficial for both us and for you out there as a new chicken farmer, as a new livestock farmer, or someone who is new to the sustainable farming world. Welcome, thank you, lean into what we do and reach out when you need to. And if you're not new, of course, please help and contribute to those that need to do what they got to do. Though that is all I have for you today on this gorgeous morning. If you are interested in hatching for yourself, go to the links below and reserve your incubator. They are going quick. I'm hearing that hatcheries are running out of chicks, so this is a way to get into the game. And if you're also wanting to know more about how hydroponic fodder is helping farmers save water, improve livestock quality, and helping us all become better stewards, head on over to thinkingoutsidethesoil.com so you can get yourself a copy of my book and join in on this next agricultural revolution. And thank you again for being with me on this morning. Join us again on another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil. Take care and have a lovely day. Hey, before you go, check out the links below, and if you'd be so kind as to leave a rating and review and follow the show. For those with feathered friends, don't forget to get yourself some of our Blooming Health Farms Chicken Blend Sprouting Mix. This supplemental mix has been shown to give you some of the best eggs with the yummiest yolks. You'll have happy, healthy hens that abandon the feeder and give you eggs with high levels of vitamin A and omega fatty acids. So don't forget to get yourself some Blooming Health Farms Chicken Blend Sprouting Mix.